show. Step off.
Come on, won't you say it loud? Ayo, we gon' turn this out. Tom Clark's main event. Dropkick now and powerbomb. Ayo, bro, let's bring this on. Hey, hey, what is up? Oh, captain, my captain, show the stuff. Power slammer, suplex 2. Hot garbage is just for you. Beat breaker, cut a cold red. Figure 4, hot times ahead. Since 2014, it's on. It's a 10 count, but stand up strong. Hey kid, no DQ, strong style. Chop, this is how it goes. Tom Clark's main event. Tom Clark's main event. Tom Clark's main event. Tom Clark's main event.
Hey, what's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. Tom Clark here with you on a Friday. It's not a Saturday. It's not 6:05 p.m. Eastern time, is it? No. It's 5 p.m. on a Friday. This is the return of Open Floor Friday. This is only the second time I've ever done this. Can you believe that crap? Only the second time. We've done Ask Tom Anything, and we've done, I think, something else. I forget what I called it. It's just another way of saying, I'm just going to open the floor today. It's just going to be whatever I want to talk about, whatever you guys want to talk about, within reason. Within reason. Don't anyone get any bright ideas of doing anything funky up in here. Okay? All right? Mind your P's and Q's, kids. Remember where you are. Be nice. Play pretty, as my grandmother would say, my late great-grandmother. Be pretty with each other. I'm in the South. What can I tell you? That's how everyone talks down here. Mean Jane, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Sugar Shane in the audience. Good to see you. Yes, Marie, you are in the opening number. Everybody I've ever had on the show, not ever, but at least like the regular cast of characters I've incorporated into the video open of this show. Ray, happy Father's Day to you, my friend, as well. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so the video portion of this show, if you are listening to the audio version of this show, man, are you missing out on all this crazy pasty white Tom goodness. Look at all this. The lighting is better, yeah, but it continues to be like maybe a little too intense. I could turn off the ring light and try that. There's not a huge difference other than I can see now, which is good. Okay. We are broadcasting live right now, not only to the Facebook, but to boinkstudios.com, Yahoo on our Boink Studios channel, YouTube, I'll get it. YouTube on our Boink Studios channel there on the YouTube. Do me a favor, share this to your feed on the Facebook. Smash the like button if you will. I'm still working on getting myself a good time slot. Yeah, because to be honest with you, I don't think I have yet found one. Nothing will match the days. Do you guys who watch me before the pandemic, remember I used to go live at noon on Fridays? Remember that before the pandemic? We were averaging like 100 people plus every Friday at noon at lunchtime on a Friday. Do you guys remember that? Man, how times have changed. Because, yeah, we're not getting those numbers on a Friday live anymore. I can't really do Fridays at noon anyway, to be honest with you. So we go when we can go. I hesitate to do this in the evenings through the week. And the reason I say that to you is because I know some other like Peaches and Power Bombs will go like on a Tuesday night or something. And some other of our friends of the show, other podcasts here on the Facebook will do it as well. I don't care to compete with anybody. I don't want anybody competing with me if we can help it. I don't want us kind of bumping into each other. Do you know what I mean? So I try to pick days where I feel fairly certain that no one else is going to be on. So Saturdays at 6:05 I chose, of course, because the 6:05 start time is, of course, the old NWA Jim Crockett / WCW time back in the day. Of course, if you're a pro wrestling fan, you know this. But I am out of town this weekend, and I didn't want to skip the show. I told everybody last week I wasn't going to be here this week, and I'm like, you know what? Why would I do that? I'll just go on Friday. So here we are. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, if you will, please. It means loads to me. I would very much appreciate it. Jeffrey says Saturday nights at 6 is rough for me. Brother, I'm not going to be able to keep it. I'm not going to be able to keep it on Saturdays. It's just too hard. No one's watching Facebook on Saturday nights. At least not my stuff. Okay. Everybody's busy. People have things to do. They're going to the movies. They're going to the park. It's great weather outside. They're hanging out with family. They might be watching the streamers. They might be on the internet browsing. Could be doing any number of things. Maybe reading a book. Whatever happened to reading a book? I should talk. I'm a big fan of Audible. My podcasts are on Audible, but I'm a voracious audiobook listener. I love it. The Audible original podcasts, some are better than others, depending on your taste, your point of view, but I'm a fan of those as well. So I'm a big proponent of the Audible. So if you guys want to, that's free plug for those folks, like they need my help. But, go check that out. Shane bringing up something interesting right off the bat today about the Hardy compound. It is heavily rumored, if you guys plan on watching the TNA show tonight against all odds, then you are probably going to see the return of one Jeffrey Nero Hardy. Now, nothing's written in stone, but I think it's probably a safe bet that you're going to see that happen tonight. So if that's your thing, if you really wanted to see Jeff with his brother Matt back in TNA, then you should be happy. By the way, the ticker's ticking. The globe is spinning in the corner. Do you guys like the rebrand, by the way? I shouldn't say it's not a total rebrand. It's like a refresh. It's a brand refresh, yeah. I'm a big fan of the song. I had to bring back the hot garbage button. We may be utilizing that sucker later. So yeah. Anyway. Marie says, I spent an hour at the coffee shop relaxing and reading a book earlier. There you go. I used to go to Barnes & Noble and take the laptop sometimes just to be able to get away. But Barnes & Noble is so, you know what I mean by that? Right? It used to be like a cool place to go, and now it's not for some reason. I used to go all the time, man. I used to go and kick back and just check out a book or two and just peruse the shelves. And I'd walk out of there. I'd go to the bargain shelves at the front of the store. I'd fill up bags, man. I'm not kidding. Like, loved it. I'm not kidding. But I haven't done that in a really long time. So, Alma, doing pretty good. Good to see you. Hang in there. Hope everything's okay with you. Jeffrey says he wants to see Hardy back in WWE. You don't like the Broken Hardy stuff? I think it's the best stuff they've ever done. Look, they can't really go back to the Team Extreme thing. I guess they could do anything they want to. It's their tag team. Go with God, brother. But, they're not 20 years old anymore. They know that. The whole Broken thing put new years on their lives, man, for both of them. Made them relevant again. You know what I mean? So you could argue that the best Broken stuff was in TNA. I don't know if that is an argument. I think the best Broken stuff was in TNA. That Woken Matt Hardy stuff, they gave it a good try. But at the time, the dude running out of the company wasn't committing to it. I don't think he understood it. I don't think he knew what it was. Matt and Jeff knew what it was, but really, the freaking wackadoodle owner never did. Ray says, why are there so many tweener promos? MJF and Drew on WWE. It's weird. And is your son playing? He is not playing basketball. I'm not sure why, to be honest with you. He talked about he wanted to, but he's not made any effort. And I think tryouts are happening right now. He's probably going to miss the window. He's definitely probably going to miss the window. I hate that for him because I've always encouraged my kid to play sports, man, but I don't think he's going to do it. I wish he would. He talked about going out for football. Scares me to death. He's 15 and he's not a little fella, but scares me. You know what I mean? I worry about him. I'm a protective dad. It's kind of my job. Triggered Wrestling says Broken Matt was go. Oh, dude, for sure. Broken Matt was great. Or in other words, wonderful. Man, I've been using wonderful. You'll hear it today, and I won't even know I'm doing it. I use it all the time now. I'm not even sure why. Actually, I think I know why. But anyway, I'm kind of stuck on it. It's one of the things I've incorporated into my vocabulary now. So, look, it's Open Floor Friday, kids. Whoever's hanging out with us today, first of all, thank you. Welcome. I appreciate you very much. If you're not familiar with the show, my name is Tom Clark. This is my show Been going strong since 2014. This is episode number 335. We're chugging right along here. If you're familiar with my production company, Boink Studios, B-O-I-N-K, boinkstudios.com, you'll find links to the main event and also Tom Clark's 6M podcast. That's movies, music, Marvel, magazines, miniseries, and more. It's a geek culture / pop culture podcast. Please check it out on all the major platforms. It's an audio only show most of the time. Episode number 200 for that show is coming up very soon. And I think I know what I want to do. It's just a matter of, I want to get a bunch of the regulars together and do a video watch along this time for number 200. So stay tuned for that. More to come on that. And also, I'm one of the hosts of Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast, along with Jay Luft and Joe Higgins. We are coming back with season 3. I promise you, if you've been following along, we're not going to let you down. Real life gets in the way a lot, and we all three are very, very busy guys. So it's just a matter of all three of us getting on the same page and getting back into some sort of routine with our recording. We were doing really well last year until you truly kind of screwed the whole thing up. So it's really all on me. But those guys know I love them, and we're going to bring the show back very soon. The third and final season of Ted Lasso, and of course, of Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast. And after that, the three of us are talking about doing another show. We shall see. Everybody stay tuned for that. Yeah, no, both promos were weird, Ray. You're right. But I think we're kind of settling in right now to AEW. I kind of feel like that's what they're doing now. Like, you know, just this idea of, well, this is who we are now. Just the random promos that are neither heel nor face. You know, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, they can do what they want. It's fine. It's their company. Personally, I'm not a big fan of it. I just don't think it works, my opinion. But hey, you know, they're the guys making the money and they're on the TV every week. What do I know? But I'm just not a real big fan of it, to be honest with you. Jeff says, what are your thoughts on Clash at the Castle? And do you think Mr. Howdy and the new Wyatt clan? I hope this Wyatt thing happens at the pay-per-view. I refuse to call it PLE. You can't make me. I'm not doing it. I understand why they do it. I totally get it. I hope the show goes well for everybody there, and I hope everybody's safe. I hope they have a great show. I hope everybody brings it. And you know that everybody's going to attempt to, for sure. I did see the poster of Drew McIntyre in that big sword like he's getting ready to take Cody's head off. There can be only one. He's the Highlander, right? Very weird stuff, but I hope it goes well. There was news the past, like 2 hours ago or so, Drew McIntyre's wife's undergoing emergency surgery today. So she is going to be unable to be there at the event tomorrow. And according to what Drew's saying online and his promos and stuff, he's dead serious about winning that championship. I don't know, man. I don't know how it's going to play out. I really don't have any idea how it's going to play out. Again, kids, smash the like button if you haven't, please, and thank you. And share this link on your Facebook page, if you will, please, and thank you there again as well. Visit us at boinkstudios.com. Bookmark the page today. Thank you so much for that. Jeffrey says, I still think CM Punk is going to screw Drew out of the title again to set up a match at SummerSlam. I think that makes all the sense in the world. I think that makes all the sense in the world. Alma, I'm reading your post. I am very sorry to hear everything you're saying. I'm trying to keep everything upbeat here, Alma. I appreciate you very much watching. Please be safe where you are. And yes, I did see the news of Ricky Morton's oldest son, Jonathan, passing away. Ricky put a huge post online, and all the best to Ricky Morton. I haven't seen Ricky Morton in years. He was when I was involved in a local promotion here in my hometown, about an hour from me here in North Carolina. We had Ricky up quite a bit on Saturday. We ran on Saturday nights. We killed that town. It's not a cliche, brother. We killed that town. Like, we ran every Saturday night religiously, and we were drawing in excess of 150 to 200 people every Saturday night until we weren't. In the end, we were drawing 20 people, maybe 50 on a good Saturday night. That's how much it had dwindled. Because you just, in order to run a small town in the South every week religiously, brother, you better have great talent. You got to have something going on to keep people coming back in. Because even back then, it was, $5 a ticket or whatever it was, man. I mean, it was still hard to fill the building up. I thought we were putting on great shows, but it's just not. Yeah, just not what was not what people wanted at the time. But yeah, killing the town's a real thing, man. I'm not kidding you. Shane says I'm not a fan of Christopher Daniels being a general manager. AEW was better off. Well, he's not GM. He's a EVP. He's an interim EVP, and AEW already has that with the Young Bucks. So look, if they're going to have the Young Bucks on live television, being the bad dudes that are in charge, they've got to have somebody to offset it. You've got to, and it can't be Khan. We can't have Tony Khan in a full-time role on the air, and I don't think he wants to do that anyway. I'm not saying he couldn't pull it off. For all we know, it'd be fun to watch, but I'm not a big fan of it. I think the guy has so much credibility as the owner of the company. I don't know why you would. I don't know why you would want to put a clown nose on that. Does that make sense? Like the other guy did. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're going to do this on the air, heel, evil EVP stuff, you got to have something to offset it. Or every week it's going to be the same old song and dance. So I understand why they're doing it. I'm not crazy about it, but I love Chris Daniels. And look, this puts Christopher Daniels back on TV, and he can hold the mic and he can cut a promo, and he's good. People love this guy. Yeah, I think it's fine, to be honest with you. Trigger Wrestling says Priest is a weak champion, in my opinion. When you said Priest needs to win clean, do you think that you said Drew needs to? Do you think that Drew needs to win clean? Is that what you mean? I like Priest a lot. I don't know how long it's going to take till they bust up Judgment Day, because I kind of feel like we all know it's kind of coming eventually. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I interviewed Priest when he was Punishment Martinez working in Ring of Honor, and he was on a road trip. I guess he was making the towns, brother, and I talked to him on the phone in his car. He was even going in to like pay for gas and a snack during the interview, and it's fine. I didn't care, but I could kind of figure out what was going on. So when I went to post the audio, I had to, work some magic on it and do a little bit of editing, but it wasn't anything bad. Nice guy. He was polite to me. It was a good interview too. Go check it out, kids. It's in the archives somewhere. I couldn't tell you where. I don't remember. I might could tell you. You know what? Hold on one sec. All right, let's see here. Ask, and you shall receive. Let's see. Punishment Martinez, where are you? Pardon my gaming keyboard, because this thing is loud as F. Episode 94, July 17th, 2018, was the Punishment Martinez interview. So go back and find episode 94, and you'll find the interview with the man once known as Punishment Martinez, now known as Damian Priest. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier, Jeff. His wife's had emergency surgery. Yeah. Gerald says Khan needs to be behind the scenes. I agree. And again, I think I don't know. How do I know? But I think if you could ask the guy, he'd be honest with you and say, yeah, I don't want to be on TV. I mean, he could do it, but he's not a television personality. You know what I mean? There's a way to become one, but I don't know if that's really his forte, so to speak. I don't know if it's really his speed. I think maybe it's, the guy backstage and I don't know what they call their gorilla position, their ready position, I guess. But yeah. So anyway. What else we got going on here, kids? Jeffrey says with football season coming up, Tony Khan has to split his time between the Jaguars and AEW for sure. Also says AEW can get away with the not defining heels and faces for so long, but eventually they're going to draw the line and choose sides for AEW to have longevity. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I totally agree with that. We talked about this last week, Ray, about the whole it's a tough one. It's a tough one because you're giving Will Ospreay all this momentum, and the fans absolutely freaking love him, as well they should. Will has earned every ounce of this. I mean, I saw this guy come up in New Japan and in Rev Pro, and before he was the guy you see today, he was, I say lightweight, but not in terms of ability, but like actual body weight. And then he goes on and puts on all that muscle mass, and he just got so much better in the ring, man. So I think it's a tough one for them, honestly. I'm not sure if it kind of feels like they're just throwing a lot of stuff right now, um, uh, at the wall. Maybe I don't want to say at the wall to see what sticks. That's kind of that doesn't sound too great, right? But like at the same time, um, again, I'm not sure if they realize what exactly this does to Swerve. Maybe they do. Maybe they do, man. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. And again, we talked about this the last couple of weeks here on the show that you know, Swerve needs his moment. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the plan is here. But if I had to venture a guess, I would say they're going to try to push it out to Wembley. But I don't know. Bryan Danielson's flat out saying he wants to be in the title picture. So I don't know what that means, man. Goes to show never shy away from interviewing the up and coming indie talent. Never know where they'll end up, and you can say I talked to him when. Oh, Marie, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. Yeah, that's the best thought about it too. Like some of the best matches I've ever seen live were, contested between two 17-year-old kids in a National Guard armory or in a Legion Hall. I'm not kidding. I called. I don't know if I was on commentary this night in particular, but we were at a National Guard armory, I think it was, and I came out front and I told both these guys after the show, I said, "My God, that is one of the best matches I've ever seen." I mean, crushing it, crushing it. Um, so yeah, it's what the best thing about being a fan of this business is? You can take something away from any show that you go to or watch on TV. If you can't, then subjectively for you, it was a bad show. It was a bad night, right? But honestly, I can take something out of anything I watch. I'm never going to be so negative that I can't enjoy something. That's just not me, man. I don't watch stuff to hate it. I follow people sometimes to hate them. I've blocked a lot of people too. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know how many people I've blocked in the past 4 years. It is nuts. A lot of dumb, ignorant opinions out there, brother, and I'm not having it. I am not having it. I'm saying you need to check out the Von Erichs podcast. I didn't know they had one. They have a podcast. I am absolutely going to check that out. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I will absolutely check that out. I like those guys, man. Hope it works out with AEW. Thoughts on where this WWE TNA crossover leads and what else did WWE gain from that? I have a bold prediction, Travis, and I'm sure you have probably made or at least thought about it one time during this whole thing. I think WWE ends up buying that company. Yeah. I don't know. Like, look, I'm not breaking any news here, man. That this is I've got nothing to give you that's like backstage scoop. I think WWE sees the handwriting on the wall, not in terms of ratings. Everybody calm down. I'm talking about in terms of AEW's made a lot of friends throughout the industry. They really, truly have. Okay. Khan's made a lot of friends, like, giving folks who would never see the light of day, maybe on national television, a platform. And when they go to when they go from one city to the next and they'll put on their local talent, that city's local talent. Have you noticed how the fans pop like crazy? And you're like, well, Tom, it's because of the town. I don't think that's always the case. I think a lot of the people in that audience are flat out educated on the local wrestling scene. That's why they pop the way they do. You know what I mean? It'll be like Bulldog Jones or something. It'll be like, oh my God, right? Never seen or heard of him again, maybe, but like he's getting his break on national television. So I mean, and you know, the open door policy with New Japan and everything else that they've done before, they've had GCW talent live on the air. I mean, they've had Rev Pro talent there, right? So like they've got Stardom. I mean, you know, I think and Triple H is not a dumb guy, kids. He's not a dumb guy. So like if you're WWE, you're going to find your version of this. What's the closest thing you can do to that? TNA. I would not be surprised to see WWE buy TNA at some point. Just my opinion. Just as it wasn't for the Forbidden Door pay-per-view, they may have saved this match down the line. It will be had to end this month between Swerve and Will and make both wrestle. Yeah, you could be right. I want both guys to come out of this thing looking good. And I mean, I'm sure they will. How could they not? But I don't want, if Swerve ends up dropping that tile to him like this, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a fan of that at all. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. None of us are going to be able to stop it. I just hope it comes off well. Shane says, I thought Seth Rollins' boots were original, but did y'all see Trick Williams wearing what looked to me like girl heel white boots? I did not see that. I like Trick Williams a lot. Check this out. She starts blowing me up on Facebook Messenger. Okay? Blowing me up. She knows what time it is. I'm live. What are we doing? So I sent her the link. I didn't send a link to ask me on live Facebook if what we're having for dinner. My God in heaven, what are we doing? Ray's going to Forbidden Door. Where is Forbidden Door in New York again? Or in New York this year? Is it? Because I have no idea, man. Dude, Ray, have a fun time, dude. Maybe it is in New York. How do I not know where this show is? I'm pretty sure Phil's going to be there too, by the way. Pretty sure Phil's going to be there. Everyone, please say hello to Faye from the Untitled Wrestling Podcast. Good to see you, Faye. Thanks for hanging out. Kids, please hit the heart button. Smash the crap out of it, okay? Because I'm telling you, for anybody here that doesn't want to smash the like button, I got a button for you.
Hot garbage.
Yeah, don't make me say it again. I'm at a paltry 6 likes. That's embarrassing. I've been here 10 years. Where y'all been? No. I mean, not 10. Okay, I took a break. All right? I took a break. Don't shoot me for that. That's not cool. I took a lengthy break. I took a 6-month hiatus. Not because it was fun, because stuff was happening. That's all. Stuff was happening. Scotland. Wait, what's going on? Scotland? What's going on? Where? Is it? No way. What? Clash of the Castles in Scotland, yeah? Any NXT stars you think can make it? They're already in WWE, right? I mean, I know what you mean. I don't watch NXT. I couldn't tell you. Trick Williams is awesome. I see some of their ladies, and man, I got much love for the women's division of pro wrestling companies. I got nothing but mad respect for them. Much love for them. Keep doing your thing. You show up the man every chance you get. Prove that it's not about gender. Prove it's about talent. I am here for it. I have often said, if I was ever in a position financially to start my own wrestling company and mentally in a position to start my own wrestling company, meaning I had lost my mind, it would be an all-female pro wrestling company. Even down to the ring announcer, to the referees, and to the only dude around would be me. I know I don't want to sound creepy. I just, like, I've produced women's wrestling matches, a few here and there. Loved it. Like, I feel like there's an untapped market. I know what you're thinking. Tom, these guys, they're all over the world. I get it, but I'm talking about like on local pro wrestling scene. I think it's, depending on where you are, of course, I think it's an untapped market, man. I really do. And I don't know. I love it. There's just something about it I love. I can't even really put it into words. I think because I spent so many years during the Attitude Era just getting upset more and more every week at how they were just kind of crapped on and disrespected all the time. I'm like, we got to do better than this. There's got to be something better. You know what I mean? I would rant and rave on podcasts on my show and other people's shows all the time about how women were never going to get their fair shake and they deserved it. They were earning it and they were never going to get their fair shake. And finally it happened. Took them long enough. Yeah. Took them way long enough. But yeah, I think that was, yeah, I'd love to do that. Oh, my point. I'm sorry, but I got caught up in the NXT thing. I hear some of those working names that they give those girls at NXT. It is flat. What is it? Tatum Paxley? Is that it? What a horrible name. Tell me that's not her name. Tell me that's not her name. That's not, is it? Someone look that up. If that's her real name, I'll feel bad and I'll owe her an apology. Jeffrey says that WWE all try to buy the team. I think they did, yeah. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying I would not be surprised. Do I think AEW has too many belts? No, I do not. If we say that, then WWE has too many belts. Where does it end? Every company has too many belts. You know what I'm saying? What's too many? Too many is a loose definition based off of what your own personal point of view is. 4 titles is too many for some people. I'm just saying, man, it's all subjective. This idea of too many and not good enough and not loud enough and not, bright enough and not, that's all subjective, man. If you think it's too many, it's too many, right? I don't personally think it's too many. I don't have a real solid, rock solid opinion on it that's like earth shattering, but in my opinion, it's not too many. But that's my opinion, I'm just saying. Yeah, see, right? I don't know. I'm doing my show. Let's see. Yeah, Jeff. Yeah. Scotland. Yeah. See, look, one of y'all loves me. Look at that crap. See? That's 20 years of working to get that, man. That ain't nothing just happens overnight. I thought Forbidden Door was in New York. Yeah. Ray, man, I'd love to go to Forbidden Door. Man, that'd be awesome. Jeff says, hard to say who needs to come up from NXT, especially with all the talent from the main roster going back to NXT. Good point. Got to spike that rating, right? Hey, man, whatever works for him. You know what I mean? Faye says we've got some excellent female talent in the Northwest, especially my girl, Lizzie Evo. Ooh, I like that name. See? Tatum Pack. Thank you. Now I can crap on it. Let's all admit, whether you love NXT or you hate NXT, the name Tatum Paxley, in and of itself, taken completely out of context, is
Hot garbage.
Every one of you knows I'm right, too. It's a god-awful freaking name. I'm sorry. Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. We're gonna have fun with this, all right? Well, I'll have fun. You guys just sit there and watch me have fun. Hold on. Just hold on. It'll be fine. And if it won't be, it will be. I mean, eventually. All right. This is not what I came here for. But if I have to, I'm going to do it. You understand? So guess what? I'm going to do it. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. All right. Da, 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 da. Okay. All right, NXT. Let's look at some of the female talent. Brinley Reese. Brinley. And look at the men's. Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Brooks Jensen. Bronco Nima, excuse me. Cora Jade's not such a bad name. Danny Palmer. Right? Izzy Dame. Really? Gigi Dolan, we all know about her. Fallon Henley. Are you kidding? Jakara Jackson. Jada Parker. JC Jane. Jasmine Nix. Carmen Petrovic. Kalani Jordan. Not a bad name. Kelly Kincaid. Let's see. Lola Vice. Lash Legend. No idea what that even means. Whatever happened to Lash LaRue? Mako Satomura. Nikita Lyons. Where's the one? Saul Ruka. Thea Hale. Tatum Paxley. Stevie Turner. You have got to be kidding me right now. Wendy Chu, of course. Girl in the pajamas. She's still doing that pajamas thing, man. You guys didn't think this was going to turn into this, did you? Jeff says, how many times has WWE changed Piper Niven's name? One time, too many. I know people want WWE to buy TNA, but why would they sell? Does Scott D'Amore try to buy it, but they have to turn him down, or have I got the story wrong? The story is that Scott D'Amore was going to buy or put in an offer and was turned down. I don't know what happened with Scott D'Amore, but I'm telling you, that something's up there. And I don't know if we've got the full story, but I feel like there's something else going on that we don't know about. I can ask, but I don't know if I'll get an answer. I just feel like there's something else going on we don't know about. Because the talent seemed to love him. Fans seem to love him. Company, not so much. So I'm not real sure what happened, man. I'm not real sure what happened. Ray says it just feels like it does because the RH champions are on their TV shows. And some may get confused. Ironically, the RH world champion is really on RH. That's talking about the title situation. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's a good point. Yeah. What did they call Piper Niven for? It was Dewdrop, wasn't it? You have reached the bottom of the barrel. When you take someone who is, I'm going to say this, and this is going to sound a certain kind of way. I don't want any ladies in the house to take offense to it. When you are a plus size lady taking bumps in a pro wrestling ring, it's not easy for in shape men to take bumps in a pro wrestling ring. This is not me body shaming anybody. So if you're Piper Niven and you travel the world and you've arguably already paid a lot of your dues by the time you get to that company, and they tell you, by the way, you're Dewdrop. Excuse me? Scraping the bottom of the barrel with the names. It's embarrassing. What was it they called? What was it? Butch? Horrible. The NXT name generator. I'm sure there's an app for that. Go look it up. Go look it up. Woo Riders DG. New subscriber from Florida. Hey, man. What's up, dude? Thanks for subscribing, brother. I appreciate you. Or lady. I don't gender type, man. It's 2024. Whatever you want to be in this world, man, you can absolutely be that thing. You can absolutely be that thing. I don't discriminate, man. I'm not one of those wackadoodle people that get mad at what people call themselves or believe themselves to be or want to be. I just don't do it. That's weird. That's freaking weird. People get way too hung up on everybody else's business, man. I will never understand it. I don't get it. Mind your business. You know what I mean?
Hot garbage.
Do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. There's too much hate in the world as it is. If you're not hurting anybody, people need to leave each other alone, man. Stay out of everybody's business. Everybody, please hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Ray's already dropped his question of the day. I guess he's leaving. Ray, are you leaving? Man, you just got here. I've been here 41 minutes, Ray. Ray's like, I've had enough. I'm not going to ignore you. I'm going to save your question to the last because that's tradition here, man. What'd you guys think about the Rock comments recently on, quote, we're on the 1 yard line of the biggest match of all time at WrestleMania 41? I got two things to say about that. One, you've already thought this out. You know what you're going to do. Obviously, there's already a plan. Number two, man, you think a lot of yourself. Now, everyone calm down. He's The Rock and I am not. I get it. This is not meant to be disrespectful. More than likely, he's talking in character, or at least part in character, and that's 100% fine. It's totally fine. But, The Rock is getting older, as I am. See that? As we all are. And anything could happen between now and then. I'm just saying. But he's doing his job. He's doing the thing he loves to do here, which is be a promoter. He's a carny at heart, like a lot of pro wrestlers are. Nothing wrong with that. But when I saw and read that quote, it just kind of made me chuckle. I thought, all right. All right, man. Because every WrestleMania we hear about is the biggest WrestleMania of all time. But that is part of the marketing for that company. This is the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Next year, this is the absolute biggest WrestleMania. AEW does it too. Every company should do it. You know what I mean? This is the biggest Dynamite ever. It's the biggest episode of Dynamite in history of Dynamite. This is the biggest episode of Rampage in history of Rampage. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, I'm okay with it. I totally get it. You guys look at me thinking, oh, well, he gets it. What's he complaining about? I'm not trying to complain. By the way, I don't have the sound on, but I'm just now catching up to Dominion. I have watched the Ishii and I can't remember his name. Jeff. Oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. How am I missing his name? From what is it? Yeah. I'm completely forgetting his name. Great match, by the way. Really, really fun match. Really fun match. Right now, I'm watching Hanare and Shingo Takagi. And it's a draw. What? Jeff Cobb. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff got the Jeff. There's two Jeffs up in here. Jeff's kiss is what I say. It's a draw. Really? Shingo and Hanare? Really? Come on. It looked like they were flat out, two Brahma Bulls thing, butting heads in the ring. You know what I mean? Two angry goats headbutting. That's awesome. I got to go back and watch that with the sound on. Yeah, it's a draw. Man alive, are you kidding? Yeah, Jeff Cobb and Ishii was fire. Go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. I know the Mox match ends in typical chaos. No pun intended, actually. With evil, all that crap. I say crap. I've defended those guys before because they're just being heels. That's just what they're doing, right? I can't really hate on that too awful much. No sense to. House of Torture, they're just doing what they're doing, man. I'll never understand a lot of the hate for those guys. Yes, it's the same old wash, rinse, and repeat, but that's what pro wrestling is. You know what I mean? When you really boil down to it, it's really, that's really what it is. Let's see what else is going on right now. See Matt Sydal undergoing foot surgery. So hopefully this will put him right. Sydal still continues to look really good in the ring. Guy's come a long way. Still pushing on it. Still doing his thing. Ricochet is supposedly done with WWE, I suppose, now at this point. So we are going to see him in an AEW ring, I assume. No backstage news for you, but I assume that's what's going to happen. Let's see. Ray says, why not push Jay White? Is Jay hurt at the moment, by the way? Because he turned over his trio. Well, not turned over, but they basically said Jay Juice is one of the trios champions now. Jay's awesome. I love Jay. I've been a huge fan of Jay for a long time. When Jay turned and joined the Bullet Club, and he turned on Kenny Omega, that was big time. In New Japan, that was big time right there. I enjoyed that. Eric Jackson in the house. No problem. We got a few minutes left before we take it home here today, kids. When does ROH record their show through AEW? Is the same night as Dynamite? Now, The times I've been to see Dynamite, they did Dynamite and Rampage on the same night, but I don't know that that's happening anymore, so I'm not sure. I would guess and say Collision and Ring of Honor happens on the same night, but I could not swear to that. So sorry, I can't really answer your question, but I assume that's what it is. Ray, we'll go ahead and hit your question. Lost Boys or Gangstar? I'll say Gangstar. Part 2, LL Cool J or Heavy D? I'll say Heavy D. If Adam Cole invited Junior family to go glow in the dark bowling, I haven't done that in years, and said you could bring a friend, could I join? And yes, and later wanted to get Chinese food and a slice of apple pie, could I join as well? Absolutely. Haven't had Chinese food in a long time either. I love me some Chinese food. Does anybody watch Big Bang Theory reruns, man? I've always loved that show. And Joe Higgins, wherever you are, hating on that show. How dare you? You guys don't remember Joe Higgins hating on that show? Let's look at a clip. There's no clip. But yeah, he crapped on the show. I love watching it, but they eat Thai food like every episode. I have never really tried full Thai takeout. I'm bound to do it one of these days. I've just always been afraid it's going to burn me up, put me in the ground. I can take hot food. When it's got flavor, I'm good. Okay, but when it's hot for the sake, there's people like, oh, I need hot food. I love hot food. So hotter the better, and they just do it for the sake of doing it, and they can't feel anything here. Like they can't feel their teeth or anything, or it's all gone and numb. I don't like that. I don't care for that. That's not for me. I don't care for that at all. It's never been anything I've cared about, if I'm being honest with you. I hate it, actually. Now, again, if it's got something to do with the flavor, I'm good with a little bit of heat. But I don't want it so overpowering. When I can no longer feel my lips, it is too hot. It's hot for the sake of being hot. I don't care for that. I just don't get it. I don't get why people do that to themselves. And I can eat, and like it's a medal of valor or something. Like it's something they wear on their lapel with pride. Why are you proud of that? You didn't achieve anything. You didn't win a contest. You didn't win a game, did you? You just can eat hot stuff. I don't understand. You know what, Jeff? You're the all-star of this episode, brother. On episode 335, Jeffrey Peter's been the man to step up. Am I going to watch? I may catch it. I may catch it. I'm curious to see what all happens. I may catch it. Usually I try to watch stuff like this on replay, but I might try to watch a little bit tonight. We'll see. I'm going out of town this weekend, kids. So, again, that's why we did the main event today. I am going to move the show to another night. I can't tell you what night because I don't know. Everybody, please be patient. I promise you, I'm going to figure this out. And as soon as I know something, you guys will know. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But like right now, I don't know what night it's going to be, man. Because again, I want to pick the right time to do it. And yeah, we'll see. Ray says, what show will you do after Ted Lasso? We've already talked about this. We've talked about some shows, and we haven't chosen one yet. We talked about Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But there's a lot of seasons of that show, man. Whew. And if each episode reviews an episode of the show, oh my goodness. Holy Lord. Yeah. Oof. But I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We've talked about doing the Righteous Gemstones. We've talked about doing The Bear, maybe. That show's still actively going. Maybe we'll tackle The Bear. Not really. That's dangerous. I don't recommend that. And last time I'd asked Jay about it, he still had not seen The Bear. Has anybody watched The Bear out there? It's a good show. Really good show. Ray saying we could do a Rocky on the 6M. I love the idea of doing Rocky on the 6M. Hey, remind me, Ray, and I'll message you privately about what I'm thinking for the watch along for the 6M. Because I know I'll get Jay and Joe in when I tell them the movie. They will definitely be in. But we're going to. The good thing about that, it doesn't have to be live. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Because He'll be asking me questions and stuff during the movie, and I'll be like, "We're watching a movie." But it might be fun. I haven't decided yet, but I know the movie. I think I know the movie I want to do. So Shane said, I went back and studied wrestling's past and got new respect for wrestlers I hated growing up. Stan Hansen was the man AWA. Yeah, well, Stan was, you were supposed to hate him, brother. He did his job. He totally did his job. Stan the Lariat Hansen, excuse me. Mean Gene, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you very much. Thanks for hanging out with us here today. What else is going on? Anything else anybody wants to throw up in the chat before we split? Let's get it to 10 likes tonight, kids. Because someone hit me with one more. If you haven't yet, please and thank you. You would make my day. It doesn't take a whole lot to make me happy. We had some new windows put in this week in our house. Anybody ever done replacement windows? Everything went fine. I can't complain. They did a really good job. And it was the biggest amount of work for me was moving furniture around and stuff and making room and then putting everything back together when it was done. But got it done. What'd you guys think about Ospreay versus Phoenix on Dynamite? I love when two guys can just get in the ring and just show off. Are you kidding me? I love it, man. Love it. It's good stuff. Here is something recently from Undertaker on his podcast. This is good. About AEW. He says, hopefully one day AEW gets their crap together and genuinely creates some competition. That's probably not a popular take for most WWE insiders, but the way I look at it, competition is only going to make you better. Taker know that WCW beating WWE in the ratings for as long as it did, drove the company, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't know if AEW can provide real competition and believes management and lack of locker room leadership could be the reason. Quote, I don't think there's a real true leader in the locker room. We've been saying that for 5 years, haven't we? I'm not sure, and I have nothing against the man, but I don't know that Tony Khan is the guy to run the company. I mean, his heart's in a good place and he wants to do something, but I just don't know that he has the acumen to run a wrestling company against the juggernaut that is the WWE. Hopefully they get it together and we do have some competition. It's better for the wrestlers. It's better for the audience, the fans. It's better for everything. Yeah. Anyway, Taker having a podcast, still trying to get used to the idea of that. Taker's got some views I don't necessarily agree with outside the ring. So I have not dove in headfirst into his podcast and given him my undivided attention. He's a legend. I respect him. There's no hate here at all. Just my own personal opinion of the guy or his belief system, whatever it is, what it is. I don't care. You can do what you want to do. Free country. But to his point, we have said for 5 years here that AEW needs an Undertaker in their locker room. Not the Undertaker, but someone who is the judge. Someone that locker room can rally behind. But this idea they don't already have that's kind of weird. You're saying to me that Mox is not that guy? Jericho's not that guy? You don't think that Dustin Rhodes might be one of those guys? I mean, it seems like they do this by committee. I don't know if there is a singular voice of reason for the entire locker room. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe I'm dead wrong. David, down under. Good to see you, my friend. My family's doing well. Hope yours is as well. Kids, we're almost ready to take this thing home. We're almost at the top of the hour. If anybody's left here in the chat that has not hit the like button, please do that for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're going to get this sucker number 10 if it kills me. And it may just. No, maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. We'll see. I had a good run. You know what I mean? Saw some cool stuff, did some good things, met some nice people, ate a lot of pizza, too much, arguably. I had a good run. If it all ends today, I'm good. So, just check in on my kid, guys. That's all I'm asking. There we go. Whoever did that, you are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you for smashing the like button. Now I can die in peace. So guys have brought me home. I appreciate you. Anyone else wants to hit us with anything more before we get out of here? Please do so. Anything you guys want to talk about, we can. Throw it out there in the chat. We can chew on it. Jeff says I hit the like button and share when I come in so I don't forget. Thank you, my friend. Someone else just did it too. You're awesome. You're awesome. Santa Claus is going to bring you something good this year. You know what I mean? I got a direct line to the man. I know all about it. I don't tolerate any nonsense. Neither does he. JD's. Oh, what's up, JD? How you doing, friend? Good to see you. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Jeffrey again says, love your show and love talking wrestling with actual wrestling fans. Favorite time of the week and missed it dearly during. Oh, man, I appreciate you. I miss doing it. Honestly. But I had 6 months of stuff happening and just couldn't find a good time for it. Alma, I appreciate you watching. Have a great weekend yourself. JD's a Vikings fan, man. I haven't forgot about that. Well, kids, that may just about wrap it up for us if no one has anything else. Enjoy the WWE show tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes well with them. They have a great show. Again, hope everybody's safe. Steps up, does their thing, impresses, sends the crowd home happy, whatever, however it's booked. And again, everybody comes out of that thing safe and sound. No worse for wear. That would be lovely. And for the TNA show tonight, same thing. Hope those guys and gals have a great show. Everybody come out of it safe and in one piece and walking well tomorrow. Okay? That's what we always want. We did not talk about Braun Breaker. What you want to talk about? What you got to say about Braun Breaker there, Shane? Jerry says thoughts of AWA and NXT going to CW. AWA? What am I missing? I'm sure I'm missing something. Thoughts of AWA and NXT. I'm sure that's probably, is that NWA? Is that what you mean, NWA, NXT? Good for CW. Good for NWA, especially. I need to get back in tune with NWA. How's NWA going right now, by the way? Is anybody watching right now the new CW show with NWA? Is it good? I have yet to check it out. I have no idea how they even look these days. I might have to give it a watch and find out. Yeah, there you go. Yep, NWA and NXT. Isn't that funny? That's funny. Hey, look, at the end of the day, NWA could sell it to WWE. And listen, when I say sell it, I don't mean like, we've taken everything out. We've taken everything. I don't mean that. I just mean like a partnership in which it's a partnership for a long time until the lines get blurred and then they just get absorbed. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I think NWA needs to remain independent of any large pro wrestling company, with the exception of a partnership. Like I think TNA should remain independent of any large pro wrestling company, except with a partnership. The more independent pro wrestling companies we have, the better, technically speaking, because it does give more places for the men and women to work, to ply their craft, and does put more people to work, which is always a good thing. The good thing about a company like AEW, where they're providing health care and you can get insurance and whatnot, that's pretty cool, yeah. And travel's better, accommodations are better. I mean, they take care of the people that'll be, of course. I mean, there's always something to be said for getting out of the hamster wheel of the independent circuit. But there's a lot of men and women who look at Matt Cardona. You mean to tell me that Matt Cardona couldn't go back to WWE anytime he wanted to? You really think they wouldn't take him after he's done all this work on the independent circuit? In the first 2 years, you could probably say, no, that's not time. Matt Cardona go back anytime. Well, look, I don't know anything, right? I'm just one guy. But I would assume Matt Cardona could go back anytime he wanted to, if he wanted to. I assume the guy's happy. Probably making a good living, doing what he's doing. There's a living to be made on the independent circuit. I'm not suggesting there's not. I'm just saying, like, people's versions of independent circuit is not necessarily 20 people in a building every Saturday night. It's, a few hundred, 500, 1,000, maybe more, depending on where you are in the world, not just in a small town, somewhere in any town, USA. He took his wife, he says. They did. Yeah. Where does Braun Breaker right now that he has put Rick? Look, they love Steiner's kid. By the way, talk about dumb names. Come on, guys. What are we doing? But sky's the limit for that dude. Y'all know that, right? As long as he's in that company, the sky's the limit for that dude. I mean, he's going to be main roster. He'll be dude. I imagine him. I don't mean right now, but I imagine him having a face off with Roman at some point, or as one of the really big dogs. I mean, seriously, at some point, because they love the guy. I don't know where he goes now. I think sky's the limit for him. I think Ricochet being out, if you're going to test the waters of another company, now's the time to do it. I mean, I think, and again, look, they do whatever they want. It's perfectly fine. It's nothing to me. If Ricochet had chosen to stay in WWE, it would have been fine. I still would not have lost any sleep over it. But again, if you're talking about what time is the right time for anybody to get out there and try it, get out there and try it. Ricochet's 35. Not getting any younger. He may as well try it now. I mean, he's been there. You guys know what I'm saying, but I'm talking about AEW version of trying it. He might as well go now. Make some money. Come back in 3 years or whatever the number is. If that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do, right? Again, kids, it's the beauty of having AEW there. It's the beauty of having New Japan and GCW and Progress and Rev Pro. It's the beauty of these companies existing in the first place, right? Right? So, there's options there. And it doesn't mean there's options there for the sake of having somewhere to go until Vince wants you, or not Vince, but Hunter wants you back. I'm not saying that. Don't just go because there's nowhere else to go. Go because there's new ground to conquer, new territory to work in, new people to be in front of, new places to go, new people to work, right? New faces to see every week. That's pretty cool, I think. Well, kids, that's going to do it here for us this week, I do believe. We're going to go ahead and split. I want to thank everybody for joining us here this week on the main event. Again, we're celebrating 10 years of the show. We're going to have a big, big fun episode on the 10th anniversary of the show. That's coming up soon. It's coming up this year. Hold tight, and I'll tell you, that's actually coming up. I said, hold on, I'll tell you. Everybody relax. Tom Clark's main event 10-year anniversary is August 12th of this year. So on August 12th of this year, we're going to do an episode. I don't know what number it's going to be. I have no idea. I haven't counted up the episodes. So whatever number it's going to be, it'll be the official 10th anniversary celebration of this here little podcast. So I hope you guys will tune in for that. We'll be back next week. I don't have a time for you at the moment. Please be patient. I promise you, I'm going to let everybody know. Thanks to everybody that tuned in today with me. I do appreciate it. Please share the show on all your social media channels. Tell people about us, if you will. Tell people about boinkstudios.com. Please bookmark the website. I do a lot of work on that thing. I'd appreciate you. And please check out Tom Clark's 6M podcast and Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast. It'd mean loads to me, and it'd be cool of you to do so. I'm getting out of here, kids. Everybody have a great week and enjoy the show tonight and tomorrow. And we'll see you next time. I'll be in touch. Don't worry. I'll let you know. Thanks again, kids. Everybody have a good one, and we'll see you soon.